Yes, we are recording.
Yay.
Squeak.
Squeak.
Sweet. Sorry, we had brunch.
Squeak.
That was much easier than normal.
Yes, well, we had brunch.
Yay, we brunched. We're ladies who brunch.
Yes.
Technically on a Monday through Friday.
Well, we're recording on Juneteenth.
It's a Friday holiday.
Yay.
Yes.
It's a Friday holiday.
For once.
And I'm the only one who works in the summer, so.
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
We needed brunch.
We need
Yeah,
a brunch.
We needed it.
Anyways,
Anyway, welcome.
to Salacious Sips.
A Drinky Book Club.
That's Christina.
That's Laurel.
That wasn't Laurel. I'm Laurel. That's Claire.
Dude,
She
we
just
had
pointed to
brunch.
me like
Sorry,
you can see this
I'm
shit.
the only sober one here, apparently.
We went to brunch.
They looked at me like, what?
Anyway, we're a little out of it because we went to brunch.
We
but
had a really good brunch drink.
yes, it was a
Pina colada margarita
Pina-rita?
thing.
Pina-rita. It was actually
Pina-rita?
pretty good. I got one with less coconut, which was perfect.
I got one with more coconut, which is fine with me.
Yeah, it was like overpoweringly coconutty.
That's
and I
okay.
Just, anyway,
Anyway,
Okay.
I just killed the Ocho, so we should
Yes.
talk about that.
Claire's got Ocho and Paloma mix.
I think Christina at this point just buys the Ocho for me.
I drink it too. But
I drink the Ocho at home. I drink the Ocho over here. I've just the
You
Ocho,
found your
the,
groove.
the Ocho is now my mixing tequila.
because it's easily found.
It's really easy to find, and it's roughly the same price as the Extra Añejo Coralejo. And it's not. I don't know that they make the Extra Añejo Coralejo.
I think it was
or
a
if
special
it's,
for a while, but again, it probably is sold out, and they have to age the rest of it.
Probably.
So
It's probably allocated.
yeah, and then I've got a. Hold on, it's
You made like a limoncello ginger.
Okay, so I've got a limoncello, but from Limoncello Gabriello, limoncello Kettle One vodka Fever Tree ginger beer thing.
I don't know. This wine attacked me. I don't know if we should talk about it.
Yeah, we don't talk about the.
I'm just drinking a nice white wine, and it attacked me. The seal, like the metal seal, attacked me, and I was bleeding when you realized. Like, so now I'm bandaged.
I ended up with a drink that kind of matches the Halara yellow dress.
Oh yeah,
thing
no,
I'm
you are
wearing.
wearing the dress,
Look,
aren't you?
I don't intentionally match shit to what I'm wearing.
This
and
is just
stuff.
your vibe today. Is yellow.
I do. I match a
Yes.
lot on purpose.
Laurel matches. I accidentally match sometimes. And then sometimes it's all intentional. It just kind of depends on how much I care or how much effort I want to put in. Because, you know.
Yeah, I know.
This is not what I planned on, but it's kind of nice. It's not what I wanted, but it's also got leopard print, and I like leopard print.
It's like a leopard print
Print floral.
yeah, but
floral,
you, I
like
think, want something a little more
Poppy.
graphic.
I did,
You want something a little more
but
graphic.
then I saw leopard print, and I got excited.
yeah, we did home renovations a little while ago. We're still back on it.
But small spaces are perfect for something like
I want like
big
really
and punchy like that.
really like bright and dark and floral, but
Yes.
it was because I'm gonna put real heavy gold like
Ooh, fixtures and
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah. No,
Nice.
that's fun.
We will mention whatever episodes are running for the next rest of this year will probably be slightly chaotic and unorganized and not what we did last year with ACOTAR. Because
What's new? Okay, yeah.
Because life.
Okay.
I mean, this year's been a struggle for everybody.
But last year, I feel like we sort of like have like our pillar episodes were ACOTAR.
Yes. I mean, it was a big thing. It
Like we
took-
found our
sure.
groove and we did ACOTAR and they
Right.
were so much fucking fun.
They were.
But life happened this year, and it's a struggle. I mean, we're getting there.
But we're doing it.
We took notes the first few books, and then ACOTAR derailed the notes.
But like we're
situation.
reading. You read a trilogy. I read the first two of The Bad Bishop. I don't know what the series is called, but the third one's coming out in a little bit, and so I can talk about those sometime. And I finally finished the tandem read and Throne of Glass
Yeah.
series. I got one more, and we got our new book that we picked with Confetti Johnson.
Yes.
The
And,
video will go up this week
and Claire started it.
or next
I
week
started
or
it.
whatever
I'm-
week.
Dark Lord's Guide to Dating. So we're ready.
We're getting there. We're getting back into our groove again, but we will note that the remaining episodes for whatever happens this year will likely not follow the same path as ACOTAR last year happened, just because life.
Yeah, they're just not going to be quite as organized as they were last year.
And
like-
it's hard to find like a good series that will want to do something like this with again.
Well, there's nothing that's quite that big. So the trick with that is that was a big series. that had at least a semi-complete arc
Yeah.
that we could
Mhm.
do that scratched the itch for all of us.
And the
Yes.
Maasverse, because of the length of Throne of Glass, it would have been very tricky for all of us to get through those.
yeah,
Well,
we'd
we
have
would-
to block and tackle those, and we'd have to do like a handful of books at a time.
And we'd all have to get to some of those places at the same time.
Yeah.
And Crescent City is long.
And I don't
so-
know that we could like make an entire hour-long episode out of Throne of Glass because there's just like not
Oh God, there's too
like
much.
the first book.
like,
You know what I mean? Like, but I mean like the first book, right? Like, it wouldn't be like we drag it out for 8 episodes, right?
I
It's like
have to finish that this summer.
the
though.
first 3 books are enough for like 1 episode, and then you kind of get into like it would just be sporadic and
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Crescent City they're just long in.
How long do you think for a normal person? No offense.
I mean, they're like 800 or 900 pages.
I mean that would take me at my current state probably
Mhm.
about a month or so to finish.
Mm-hmm. So let's say roughly a month. So that would take 3 months for all 3.
Yeah.
And that's considering the fact that we're reading quite a bit and we're not reading anything else.
Right, so we're probably not going to do that. We didn't do the Fourth Wing the rest of Fourth Wing series because two of
Y'all-
us cannot handle
Y'all
cliffhangers
don't
in
like
books.
cliffhangers, and do not do Onyx Storm if you are not a cliffhanger
See,
person.
Claire read all 3. You've read the first 2, but you're holding off on the third. And see, I read the first one and then I was like, I'll do it. I bought all 3 and you guys are like, no, just wait.
Just wait.
So I have them in my TBR bookshelf. But
Rebecca Yarros loves a good cliffhanger.
I
And
don't love a cliffhanger. I want
Okay, but there's like a cliffhanger, and then there's whatever the fuck the cliffhanger in Onyx Storm
Right.
is.
Like the cliffhanger in Fourth Wing and the cliffhanger how Fourth Wing ended.
Yeah,
There's like
okay.
a cliffhanger.
That's a little- it's a
There's like
cliffhanger.
there's like a cliffhanger, but like Onyx Storm is like fucking cliff diving into a black hole. Okay,
I don't want any of that shit. That's
no,
not for me.
don't do it. And that's why we only did Fourth Wing.
Right. Maybe if we're still going when the series concludes, because I think she said it was like
I
a
think
6
if
or
we
7
get the
book.
4th Empyrean,
She's got 6 or 7 on that series.
What?
I know she's got 6 or 7 on the series. I feel like she can't. There's a certain amount of you can't keep doing cliffhangers like you did with Onyx Storm.
People
If
are
you
gonna
know,
get
you-
pissed.
If you know, you know. Okay.
Mhm.
If you know, you know. So like, I don't think that she's gonna be able to do another cliffhanger quite on the same level as Onyx
But
Storm.
if they all end up on cliffhangers of some sort, she's gonna try to keep.
I mean,
going.
they're all
That's
gonna
her
end on a
thing. It's like
cliffhanger. I
Sarah
don't-
J. Maas, you got the last 10% going on here.
I don't think all of them are going to be a cliffhanger like Onyx Storm was.
I will say Crescent City 2 ends on a what the fuck I have to keep going.
Yeah, but we
So-
also have more Maasverse coming too. So like in the fall we will have more.
We will attempt to get out a special post ACOTAR 6 episode.
Yes.
Because that is a shorter book that Claire and Laurel will be able to get done.
We'll be able to sneak that one in.
No promises on 7 because that is 1,000 pages. And
7?
7 is 1,000 pages.
What's 7?
ACOTAR 7.
I
is
thought 8 was 1,000 pages. Well,
Okay, we
7
got
and
5
8 is one book.
6, 7.
Oh, 6, 7. Sorry.
6, 7 are 2 parts of the same book.
It's one. It's one full book. It's 1,000 pages.
Yeah.
And that comes out in January of 2027.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Wait. I thought there was a
Back up.
short one
Yeah.
and then 2 longer ones.
6 is the short one. It's
Yes.
300, 350.
6 is supposed
That's
to be
coming
short.
out in October.
Short-ish.
Yeah.
Shortish.
Yeah.
And then 7 and 8
7 and
is
8 are the
1,000
long
pages,
ones.
and it's one book. 7 and 8
It's
should
one
put
book.
into one book
Right. And they come out.
in January. That
January.
one comes out in
Right,
January.
right. So no problem with the
Short one.
6. Yeah, but
7, 8.
7, 8 are.
We might not get to it until
7,
summer.
8 is
guys.
going to be really fucking dicey, guys, because of how 2020's the early 27 is going to play out.
It might not happen until summer. So just don't, or maybe even the next year.
Or maybe we'll get lucky and we can sneak it in right at the beginning before shit gets real for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys can get through that book. It's more what if you guys will be able to get through it. We want to cover it together.
The
We'll see
beginning
how
of the
things
year
are
is always a
going.
little bit easier because I always take off between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, it comes out mid-January.
Yeah, that's.
Ugh,
little
yikes
late
on
to
bikes.
be.
Yeah, no, that's just ugly season for me.
So and we might not get to it until maybe the end of the year or even 28, guys. So just no promises on the
We do promise that we
7,
will
8.
keep doing
We'll
this
do
as
6.
consistently as we can.
yes.
But it,
just be aware
Just
that
like you guys. We'll all be reading it.
and life happens. So we're gonna try to get out. We'll get out ACOTAR 6, whether as a special random fall Christmas time. fall winter release because we don't usually release episodes after August.
And who knows, maybe something else big will really hit. Like,
Who knows?
there was a little bit of craziness around ACOTAR last year, I think, that we sort of ended up capitalizing on.
Well,
a
and
little
there's also
bit.
that unnamed Imperium novella thing that's supposed to be coming out. That's not the next book, but it's a novella kind of situation.
Yeah, kind of situation.
And I
Yeah.
guess
I mean, who
there's-
knows? Maybe something else will just set Book Talk on fire and we'll, find some other series that just has
That's
to be.
not a bajillion pages long. But
Yeah,
you'll have to
yeah.
like purposely time out to make sure that we can all cover it.
Yeah.
We do want to cover 7-8 for ACOTAR at some point. We just can't guarantee when.
We will. And there's a fourth
yeah.
Crimson City allegedly floating around out there somewhere.
There's a rumor of a 4th Crescent City coming.
And there's, like you said, the Empyrean novella, right? Which is like
How are your feelings on 2 and 3? Everything I watch says 1 is just awesome, but 2 and 3 are
Crescent
For-
City?
Crescent City.
I love Crescent City.
The whole thing?
Yes.
I have not talked to anybody who hasn't liked Crescent City.
Really? A lot of my book talk things I've seen are like, 1 is great. But
I trust
2 and 3.
firsthand knowledge from humans
Absolutely.
I know more than Book Talk, though.
True.
And you might have just gotten into an algorithm of where people aren't the biggest fan of it.
Yeah, I
but-
don't know. Yeah, sometimes my people that I watch, I'm like, well, but I'm not a hockey person, and that's
Yeah.
their big thing.
Yeah.
Or
Between the 2 series, I love both because I haven't read Throne of Glass yet. It's the next undertaking I'm probably going to be doing. Yeah. And then
we can talk about it. Of course, you're
In
halfway.
July.
So we talk about some of it.
I'm halfway.
but
We'll see. I may go dig them out and see if I can try them again.
But between the 2, I like Crescent City a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I can
Then ACOTAR.
just a little bit, not by a lot, but Bryce resonates on a different level, very, very, very much so. And it doesn't start out with a book you have to slog through.
Yeah, and like, to be fair, I like ACOTAR, but I am not like, oh my god, I'm gonna go get the Night Court tattooed on my ass. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
At least we didn't get Tamlin.
at least we didn't get tamped.
Oh, I hated him from the beginning.
There is this new one that I've been watching, and it's a guy, and his wife
Okay.
is the one videoing and talking to him, but
Where he's reading the books
he's reading
and reacting.
and reacting, but he's mostly so far the ones I've watched just reacting to ACOTAR, and some of his insights and his comments are hilarious. He's like, what is Tamlin doing? Why isn't he teaching her to read? Why is he like, oh, well, you can't read, here's some crayons. Like,
Bitch.
I love him.
Yeah. But
The guy is really hilarious.
But I also think that ACOTAR is just like really easy.
He's like-
ACOTAR,
But
is,
you can tell he's still rooting for Tamlin at
yeah,
this
no,
point.
no, totally. I also think that ACOTAR is just kind of one of those weird, perfect books that's like
Yes.
easy to like. How do I want to put this? It's easy to sort of like make fun of it, right? Because there's a really great thread and really great character development
Yes.
there, but also some of the characters do objectively stupid shit.
yes.
And it's like just so much fun because you're just like, what the fuck?
I
But
will
also,
say-
I want more.
And this one, he says, Elaine's got to be going, what the fuck? Like, oh, you're going to be trapped in this mansion. You have to go walk around the grounds in the beautiful rose garden. Why did he pick Farah? Elaine would have been thrilled to be stuck in that mansion with the rose garden.
Yeah. It was like choices were made.
Choices were made and bad choices were made.
Choices were made.
But
you know?
Elaine would have been thrilled to be trapped in that rose
like
garden.
there's enough solid plot there to be good, but there's enough plot holes to poke fun at.
Crescent City, I think I like it better just because Bryce resonates so hard.
Yeah.
Especially, again, I told one of our girlfriends who was like, I should read Crescent City next before the ACOTAR release. And I was like, definitely. Not because I think it's better than Throne of Glass or whatever or anything, because I haven't read Throne of Glass, but because there is a definitive tie-in between Crescent City and ACOTAR.
They definitely said you really have to read ACOTAR before you read Crescent City.
Read ACOTAR, read Crescent City.
Because you're not
Yes.
going to
And
get
then you have to
Easter eggs
You
otherwise.
have to read I would read Crescent City before 6 comes out. You have to.
I don't know if we have time for that.
You absolutely have to. If you're going to read something, do Crescent Cities.
Guess I know what I'm doing.
Because Crescent City also moves fast.
I'm not going anywhere till I finish that very last. I got to start and finish that very last book in Throne of Glass.
Because stuff happens that you potentially theorized about with ACOTAR. It comes to light, and
Gotcha.
you get confirmations for certain things in Crescent.
But I mean, I did the
and there is
Marine.
crossover. There's obvious crossover, clear, very, very clear, definitive crossover that happens between the two
last time
series.
you helped me get the tandem read on my Kindle, and I was still in the books back and forth daily. But at night, I would go to the Kindle, and I definitely surpassed my goal was finish it by the end of the month, and so I've did it by halfway through the month, but it was like, okay, 1,400 pages for the two of them. I need to read at least 50 pages a day, at least, to finish it by the end of the month. So I surpassed it. But
that website should be able to get all the just get the books on Kindle from there. I think the EPUBs and stuff available from that website. I mean, I sent it to you guys, so you might be able to pull books from that too. But heavily, definitely read Crescent City. And again, I love it. The first one, all of them, but the first one especially is equal parts ridiculous, heart-wrenching, and dramatic. Like, you get some heart-wrenching shit that happens almost immediately. And then you get some weird shit and some drama. And then you get, in the midst of, like, heavy action and crazy shit, drama, you get some utter ridiculousness things. I don't know if you've passed something with doom scrolling where you might have seen it. It's got something with Crescent City, and it's got someone vacuuming.
no,
There's a reason for that. It's all book one. And once you get to it, you'll understand. And I was laughing my ass off in the midst of, like, this angsty, like, drama, action-filled situation.
Yeah.
And then something utterly ridiculous just pops in. It's why I loved it, because it's chaotic and but, like, it's a vibe that works. So, and it moves fast. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy. Like, the chaos is fun. It's heart-wrenching and dramatic and action-packed. And
so we went to a local store, and I got us these Romantasy pack of brand Fun Club pens. So we've got, let's see, High Lady of the Smut Court. Where in the book does he say good girl? It's not smut, it's cliterature. Dibs on the Morley Gray Fae Prince.
I really like that one.
I know. Enemies to lovers, fated mates. I'll accept it either.
Yeah, so that fits our vibe with the.
Yeah, it does.
We love romantasy.
We do. Like, we like other stuff too, but we love romantasy.
There's a special place in our hearts for romantasy.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I go. That tends to be where I go when I'm looking for something light and easy to read, right? Is the romantasy, you know?
Well, I like the romance, and I always like fantasy and sci-fi
Same.
and all that. So yeah.
I've always been a fantasy girl, right?
Exactly.
Yes, we all adore fantasy. My go-to like light reads don't tend to be fantasy, because the fantasy or romantasies that I pick up tend to be a little bit more heavy.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but like when I'm generally like my Kindle Unlimited, like my Kindle
the Kindle Unlimited
algorithm is giving me a lot of fantasy, because that is what I tend to go to, right? If it has fairies or bat boys or unicorns or dragons in it, I'm generally gonna read the thing. You know what I mean?
Right. See, I love all that stuff, but I think when because we read so much of it, when I have a break, I think I do historical fiction, romance, and I guess the dark romance.
I tend to need more of a break from the smut than I do from like the romantasy
or
side
I go
of
for
it.
straight smut.
Right.
Yeah, like I want some really
Just plain-
nasty. I want some really nasty smut,
Just
or I just
fluffy,
want to read a light
straight on.
fluff piece about a dragon and a unicorn. You know what I mean?
The light
like,
fluff stuff, that's my mental break.
Yeah.
Not really heavy thinking reads are going to be the Nora Roberts or J.D. Robb stuff.
yeah, and like my go-tos have a sexual element to them, but 8 times out of 10 it's like Stephanie Plum with fantasy with magic. You know what I mean?
Stephanie Plum with whatever, or like Bridgerton-esque, or the ones I've done lately are pretty dang dark and smutty. Though really dark isn't my thing. I kind of dabbled in it quite a bit lately, but
like the problem is like my go-to like comfort type reads or the ones I go back to time and time again tend to get really dark. With like the Anita Blake, they start out fluffy and fun.
Yeah,
but the series continues. You get dark and it gets brutal.
Yeah,
but they're so good. Or like I go back to Phaedra's trilogy with the Kushiel series.
Yes,
those get very, very dark.
If I'm really down and out and I need super fluff, I guess like I did that one like the Irregular Witches, the Secret Society of Irregular Witches.
Yeah,
like super fluffy, fun, nice, or. Yeah, just some pure smut.
Or like this, the next book that we have in our pick, right?
Oh,
is
that's
like
kind of why we like
really
that.
light and easy,
really
and there's
fun.
like not a lot of thinking that I have to do with it, and it's like what my poor overworked single brain cell needs right now.
Yes.
And for me, the go-to comfort reads when I don't want to do a new book, when I do rereads that I don't count, which throws off my reading count constantly. Or stuff like David Eddings' fantasy novel.
Yeah.
Where you have elements where it gets really rough and dark and emotional, and that tends to be a slight problem when your mental health isn't the greatest.
Oh no, I like the unhinged ones.
No, I want something super wonderful and nice and fluffy.
Oh no,
no dark elements. If I need to like cleanse my reading mind palette, I need.
Oh, I want like an unhinged buddy cop. Like Fall Guy level, what the fuck kind of read.
No, when my comfort reads are dark, emotionally wrecking, and with the exception of Discovery of Witches, that is a comfort read.
Yes,
everything is emotionally wrecking and dark, and like it will just kick your ass.
No, I gotta have the opposite of that.
Yeah, I'm the opposite.
I want some warm tea. And some cozy witches that love each other shit. I don't know.
I want to read this in the bathtub and not be uncomfortable.
See, that's the problem, though, with my reads is, like, my comfort reads aren't meant to be comfort reads. And I blame it all on reading the Odyssey as a child.
Because I read the Odyssey a couple times.
I read the epic poem translation as a child, and it hits much, much harder and more emotional than if you read the prose version first.
I don't know.
As a child, when you get towards the climax and like what everything, like the emotional, like it just hit differently for me.
I read some tough ones when I was a kid, but I was not necessarily like the long epics. Like I read the usual depressing ones, like Island of the Blue Dolphins.
That was my first book. I give it to little Laurel.
But
she was too young to read.
Way too young to read, but we still have it.
No.
I got to get her past her.
That was my first book. That and the Odyssey, I think, wrecked me as a child.
Yeah,
I didn't do.
Did I do the Odyssey? I don't know. So we read the abridged version of the Odyssey. I think when I was in middle school.
Yeah, we read it in school, but I took Greek and Roman mythology in college, and we reread it.
I did Beowulf in high school.
Yeah,
reading the full epic at 10 wrecks you.
We read the Iliad, the Odyssey, all of the different ones, like.
Yeah, but
Electra and
it hits different when you're older, but when you read it as a child, the emotion behind it can wreck you.
Yeah, but I was always in the advanced placement English classes just because my reading comprehension was so good. So I don't know that I missed a lot of the classics because I know they did the Odyssey in like the regular level English classes, but we were reading like a little bit more difficult.
I remember choosing my own. I picked Dune.
I don't remember.
That was definitely sci-fi and fantasy.
We had a menu that we could choose from, so like
we could choose our as long as they approved it, we could choose. Like,
so I've read Lord of the Flies.
Oh yeah,
I've read Catch 22. I've read. We did get to pick one.
So
I read a Cormac McCarthy one time.
So those books that you're saying you covered in your like advanced placement English.
Yeah,
those were my basic English.
That was
classes.
like freshman, sophomore.
Those were my basic English.
Okay,
reading.
but you went to college on the west, or you went to high school on the West Coast.
Very true. So that was kind of like the expectation was to read those. But no, I read the full epic poem of the Odyssey in 4th grade.
Yeah.
Not because I was required. It was because I found it and was curious and fucking devoured it.
Yeah, and it's not like I couldn't have read those.
Right. You just got steered a certain way.
I got steered a certain way just because, and when you're in the advanced placement classes, like generally there's a lot higher level, like we're reading the books faster and there's a lot higher level of like expectation of like what you analyze out of the book and how you're reading it. And so like I would have to physically turn my books in, and I would have to have notes in the margins.
I was forbidden from participating.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, they made us write in our books in high school, and like that's sacrilegious. We were graded on like the quality of the notes that we were taking in the margins. So it was like one of those things where you had to sit down and read the fucking thing, man.
I was I had the same English teacher all 4 years. AP, advanced, whatever.
Really?
Because he started as a student teacher, but ended up taking the AP classes and stuff. So I had the same English teacher.
That's not normally.
No.
Normally new teachers get like the freshmen and the low-level junk courses.
Well,
But normally, like depending on the level you're teaching, like you're gonna get a different lit teacher depending on the level you're taking.
Right. Well,
absolutely.
The thing with him too, within like 5 years after I graduated, he came back. He was already the dean of the head of the English department.
Oh wow.
Oh, because most people like it takes decades of seniority to like get the AP courses.
Well, he was also student teaching the first year. Like his final year of student teaching was with the retiring head of the department kind of deal, and so she trained him and kind of set it up. But
was he like a PhD level in lit?
He had a really intense background in lit.
Gotcha. I mean that would make sense.
And everyone loved him because he engaged so well. But because I was his student for so long, I was just told to sit in a corner and be quiet.
Yeah.
Especially when we were analyzing the books.
Did you listen or did you just read?
My analysis, I would get, if I wasn't I could get into heated discussions with him about the books. Granted, I don't remember anything I read anymore.
No. Yeah, but like you would get super heated discussions, and you would take away from it, like he's literally trying to impart on the rest of the class.
And he would only call me, because I always half listen, because the thing was, if no one else could answer or give anything, then I could participate.
Yeah.
And so I would just sit in the back and read, and with half an ear. And sometimes I didn't look up from my book, whatever I was reading at the time, to answer him. Yeah. Because I was still engaged enough. There was only one book I didn't read that I somehow aced. What was it? Fuck, I can't remember it.
Genre?
It was a required reading book of Mice and Men. That was what it was.
You didn't read
yes. I didn't read it.
Oh, God.
I aced that, too.
You missed the classic John Steinbeck.
Oh, my gosh.
That all of us were subjected to in AP literature.
I was like, this is not fun.
Oh, I would not call it fun.
I'm like, I was not interested. Like,
Grapes of Wrath,
Lord of the Flies. Like, I've read everything else. I read and was able to enjoy. For some reason, that one, I think it happened.
A separate piece.
I think that happened around the same time I was reading Moby Dick.
I read Animal Farm in middle school, and then I read it again when I was adult. And you take very different things out of that book.
And like,
you understand how it works.
It was around the same time I was reading Moby Dick that of Mice and Men was happening.
Yeah,
and so I was just done.
But also, like, everything's different as you get older. Like
when you read them as an adult.
You remember reading Romeo and Juliet as a freshman? I held out reading out loud because I wanted to be Juliet during the balcony scene. I had it memorized. I had memorized. But you know what?
Yeah, that one's depressing as fuck,
That is not a romance.
Man. No,
it's not a romance.
It's a tragedy.
That is depressing as fuck, man. Yes. We did do Romeo and Juliet. We did Macbeth. I liked Macbeth better than Romeo and Juliet.
We did Macbeth later, maybe sophomore, junior.
But yeah, no, I think the reason I couldn't handle of Mice and Men was because it was right around the same time I was reading Moby Dick.
Yeah.
And had finished had DNF Moby Dick right after right before the intense like climax actually happens, and it was like, I can't do this.
You're like, I'm done.
Did not read it. Did not crack the book open at all.
And
read the beginning. Read the back cover.
Oh God.
Looked at it. Put it aside, and somehow aced that whole section.
Oh God.
Girl.
I didn't even, and like I was lucky because like again I was forbidden to participate, and I was still reading, but I half listened and followed long enough to ace that.
Yeah,
just like,
fair enough.
I could not read that book at that time.
Well,
my only regret was that I did so much AP lit in high school that like I aged out of all of it by the time I got to college, and like my ACT score was so high in lit in college, they were like, well, don't even like bother with the English classes. You have to take the 4 kinds of remedial math to make up for it. Because I just suck at math. Math is just not my thing. My brain just don't work that way.
Me either.
Like, so I take like 4 kinds of remedial math just to get through college. And so I didn't really like get to continue on with my love of lit.
Girl. Me too.
Mine was slightly flipped. Not so much flipped as the math aptitude was so much higher.
Yeah.
Like I was 90s so I took SAT and ACT. My ACT math was at 97th percentile.
Girl. I was like 10.
I
think my actual score on my ACT was like 11 in math.
I graduated with 5 years of math from high school.
Yeah.
So I went into advanced math and stuff, but like I was able to pursue reading. One of my favorite classes in college was actually taught by this crotchety old tenured professor.
Oh, those are the best.
That looked like a fucking pirate. Like he was put together a class, but he had his ear pierced and was wearing a single hoop and had like the white hair and like showed pictures of him on his boat and stuff, and he was a fucking pirate. And he would swear at you and challenge you and push you. He was fantastic.
Oh yeah, I had an absolute turd of a professor for marketing psychology, and that was my favorite class I ever took.
His students hated him and barely passed, and it made me laugh because you go around because it was a small enough class because everyone hated him. To like introduce yourself and what your background is this an elective, is this a requirement? And when they found out I was in a double E major in the engineering, they were like, oh, she's not going to do well. I got pulled aside after the exams because I was one of the first to leave.
Yeah.
And they're like, did you write anything? I was like, yeah, I finished the essay. It's like, wait, what do you mean? I was like, I used a blue book and a half to write the final essay. And
like I'm done.
They're like, how? And they caught up with me after we finished that quarter. It's like, what'd you get? Oh, I got an A. And they're like, how? I was like, the way he taught was to challenge you to think differently and to analyze it and look at it a different way. And I had that happen for my English teacher all through high school.
Yes.
Because he knew, since I read all of the books so quickly and was reading different books and different genres, he would always question and challenge it. So I got really lucky, but he would do heated debates. He did a whole debate that had nothing to do with what we were reading. I think he was debating Christianity with some of his super religious students.
Oh my gosh.
Just and was challenging them on the Bible.
Oh, I bet that was his favorite pastime, was torturing the Christian kids.
And I think part of why he didn't target me as much was because I was laughing my ass off.
Well, yeah.
Also because they started to challenge me, and I'm like,
no.
I spent 8.5 years in private school.
Yeah.
In a religious private school.
I know how this goes.
I was a Catholic schoolgirl.
I've read some of this stuff.
I have not drank the holy water, okay?
And it was I loved him so much. I think he retired a few years after that, but he was the best English professor I had in college at the time. It was so much fun. I love the professors that challenge you with questions maybe you don't expect. View the Bible as a fantasy book. I mean, let's be outside of Christianity.
Well, but it was oral stories, right? It's like the same thing as the Odyssey. It was oral stories that were passed down that somebody decided to write, right?
Into the poem.
And, taking it as a moral compass and taking the lessons out of it is better than believing that is literal, right?
And it was so funny because these people are there was a couple of students that were super devout, and the minute he said that, you could see them start to get offended. And it's like, no, he's not telling you to believe.
He's just challenging your viewpoint a little bit.
Look at it, take the emotion and the faith out of it.
Yes,
look at it as
remember the context of how these were written, right?
And it was that was my favorite time of the class. I'm just sitting back watching and just laughing my ass off and then getting into heated discussions.
And that's why organized religion never did anything for me, because it was just don't tell me what to do. I have too much stubborn German in me entirely too much stubborn German to have anyone stand up in front of me and tell me how to think and what to do.
I spent too many years in private school.
Because I'm just like, no, fuck you. I'm going to do the opposite of that.
I spent too many years in private school to the point where by time I was in high school and the amount of people that I would tag along to like whatever church session or they had just to be able to hang out with them later or something, or just happened to be there. The amount of times I got people coming up to me going, I'm going to pray for you. I'm like, no, you don't have to.
I think the last sermon that I recall going to was right around the time The Lion and the Witch and the Wardrobe came out in theaters. And the entire sermon was about how C.S. Lewis had converted J.R.R. Tolkien to Christianity. And I was like, you're full of shit. I'm sitting there the entire time. My dad and I are looking at each other. I'm like, this guy is full of shit. And my dad is like, Just play along. Just play along.
Oh, the last time the only thing I remember from so I stopped going once I left private school. And then my mom found Jesus when I was in high school and dragged me and my dad to constant sermons. And with different churches too. Like, I think she jumped from Lutheran to Baptist to something else.
Yeah, she tried them all on for size.
But
you gotta see what you like, I'm sure.
She took us to one, took me and my dad, before we had breakfast, literally yanked us out of bed, dumped us in the car, and took us. The guy kept talking about food in his sermon.
Oh.
No one, Dad and I did not remember. The problem was our stomachs, you could hear them.
Yes.
Because we were so hungry and so grumpy. And my mom is
talking
sitting
about
there.
Food.
It's like, pay attention. It's like, he is talking about food. I want breakfast. But yeah, that was,
Other than Greek and Roman mythology, I think my favorite one was I took a course that was all Native American literature.
I love some Native American mythology. I love some of that.
Well, definitely the mythology, but this was more semi-contemporary, right? From the 60s on. So like Vine Deloria Jr. and Lucy Tapahanzo and I love Louise Erdrich. Just
like
she has a new one out, by the way.
I love all that like mythology. I love reading. I got into Egyptian, not very intense as the Greek.
I still have a really soft spot for Egyptology.
I never got as deep into it as I did with the Greek.
No.
But I definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah. I think that's why I was so drawn to the Queen of the Damned series, like part of like Anne Rice's
cuz that ties into the
Vampire Chronicles, because that was the whole thing, was that the mother and father were basically Egyptian mummies. They were Egyptian gods that the Egyptians did not understand vampirism at the time, so they deified them as gods. Right, which I thought was a really interesting take, because the Egyptians believed, and I thought was a really fascinating way of Anne Rice kind of like playing with the lore a little bit, was that Egyptians thought that even when you die, your soul still went to the afterlife, but you were still alive, and you still had to have your body to be able to return to your body, right? And I don't know, I was just always just like so drawn.
I read her Mummy, the Mummy.
The Mummy is also one of my favorites.
I remember.
I'm not normally like kind of like body horror eldritch. I love
that one. Was like, I don't remember. It's been so long since I read it, but
I love that one.
With me. Like, I remembered how
one.
Like it was slightly terrifying, but the way it was done with this history, and I remember it being so good.
The history and the lore, and there was a little bit of like, watching the Brendan Fraser Mummy. There was a little bit of an element of that, right? And there was a little bit of like, no, I know there is. Oh, I know there is. And I know Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz are attached to it.
They've also all agreed that the third one that did come out, that Emperor Tomb of the
Dragon Emperor,
whatever
Tomb of the
one,
Dragon Emperor,
is not canon.
So what happened with that one is that they were locked into 3 movies, and I think both Rachel Weisz and Brendan Fraser tried to get out of that one, but because their contracts dictated, because they were like,
Rachel
the script
Weisz
was
did
terrible.
get out of it.
Oh, that's right, she did.
She's not in it.
That's right.
So that with everything and how it got panned so badly, like everyone.
But it was like an objectively bad movie. I love The Mummy and The Mummy Returns.
Well, Ardith is also coming back. The actor.
Yes.
What's his name?
Oh goodness, what is his name?
The guy. So Ardith Bay, the Magi.
The
that
Magi.
Was in the
oh
first
God, what is
2.
his name? I feel so bad for not knowing his name because he's so hot.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
The bad guy?
No, the good guy, the Magi.
And he has a really easy name to remember too, and it's not the Magi.
The Magi.
Oded Fair.
Yeah, Oded Fair. I love him so much.
He's just so fucking good. He is so hot in those movies.
Yes.
Like,
so he's the original 3 main, and I think Jonathan character.
Yes, I can't think of his name either.
I've seen The Mummy multiple times. Like what?
Oh, The Mummy
John
is one of my
20-some years
favorites.
ago.
Oh, yes.
I
that movie is easy. In 1999, so it is 27 years old.
Oh, God.
And The Mummy Returns is 2003.
I don't think I saw any of the ones.
Tomb of the Dragon Emperor was like 2006.
It was so let's see.
I've only seen the first.
But The
one.
Mummy and The Mummy Returns are so fucking good.
The Mummy Returns is 2001.
Okay, it was not
99, and it was a couple years after,
Yep.
and then Tomb of the Dragon Emperor was 2008.
Okay.
So it was later, but they've talked about how everyone's agreed that that Tomb of the Dragon Emperor is no longer canon.
Oh, that's good.
But I love seeing Brendan Fraser's videos of him. He's like, okay, everyone pray for me. I'm working my ass off to get back into,
That one? That dude?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, he's a smack.
I am so excited that that's coming.
I mean, I had a thing for Brendan Fraser when I was a kid, but oh man, I liked Oded Fair.
I don't know any millennial woman who has not had a thing
but
for
like,
Brendan Fraser.
Yes, no, I know. But Rachel Weisz was also super hot in that movie.
He's not my style.
I saw King of the Jungle or whatever the fuck one where he was Tarzan.
Not my thing.
Whatever.
Oh no, you're thinking of George of the Jungle. He is so fucking hot in this movie.
Oh god, I love that one. And then like The Mummy, and I was just like, holy.
Oh my god.
There was just something about him, about the.
Character. he had a moment in the 90s. He had a moment in the 90s.
Still,
but he won an Oscar recently.
Not my style.
He did win an Oscar recently. He did win an Oscar recently.
I
love him.
I like him as an actor, but he's not my.
But you know what was funny is he did like some really kind of quirky shit in there too. Like he did Monkey Bone in there, and there's another one that I can't think of that he did in there too that was kind of like a little off the wall. He was like a dead guy or something like that. Maybe it was Monkey Bone. But anyway, like he did some pretty off the wall stuff, but also he ran around in a loincloth for an hour and a half long movie in George of the Jungle.
I love George of the Jungle. It was so much. It was so silly and so much.
It was so dumb. It was so dumb, and it's still one of my comfort movies. That one and The Mummy.
So silly.
It just takes you back to when you were a kid and shit was easier.
Yeah, and life was easy and things were happy. I mean, although at the same time, those years did not have Henry Cavill. Have you seen Henry Cavill at Royal Ascot?
Yes.
With the top hat, the umbrella.
I'm ashamed of how much money I would pay to try to get into a Royal Ascot because I know shit about horses.
Oh,
I can do horses.
There was a pit. I saw him walking around, and I zeroed in on his crotch.
Why not?
There was this video. Someone did that.
It was him. It wasn't zoomed in on. It was just the way he was moving. The whole package was just.
I cannot wait for the high.
She's making a lot of hand gestures right now.
It was just there.
There was one reel I was watching, and the guy did that for you, and it was supposed to be, I think, a watch commercial, but you couldn't even look at the watch, and I was like,
yeah,
woof.
We did find out his daughter's name though.
He's got a daughter.
Yes.
Oh, with who?
He has
her name is the girlfriend's name is Natalie.
Yes.
People dug up stuff about her. She was on My Super Sweet 16 way back when. That was a show. But their daughter's name is Belle.
Mm-hmm.
But he was at Royal Ascot and looked amazing.
Well, now we need to Google that.
Like, I was just doom scrolling, and I saw it, and I'm like, he looks great. Wait, what's going on in his pants?
What you got going on over there, Henry Cavill?
Like, yeah, there was something about that photo with him, like, just done up.
Yeah, no, I know. He looked very nice. It was very nice. And the bowler hat and everything.
He looked so good. It was so good. It was very sexy. But, yeah, no, it'll be...
Laurel's looking it up over there.
Yes. I know. I gotta see this.
It was so pretty.
I can't wait for the Highlander to come out.
Yes.
I know he's still working. I am not a Warhammer 40K. Like, I know what it is. I have a concept of it. I have a better grasp of the Highlander than I have of...
Yeah.
That is
40K.
like those traditional, like, English...
But
aristocracy
yes.
clothes.
But you can see
That's the way
If
that
you
they cut those
you
pants.
can see.
That's the way they
Oh
cut
no,
those
I know
pants.
he's not leaving anything to the imagination.
That's the way they cut those pants.
Yes,
for,
and
like,
you can see shit.
See, I knew I liked a guy in a good suit.
Yes, and those pants, you can see everything. Yes, that is what I was saying.
Oh yes, it's not leaving anything to the imagination. Spending entirely too much time looking at Henry Cavill's crotch on Instagram.
Oh my god.
Natalie
Well, there's that one
is a
time he was on that
lucky
girl,
bitch.
he was on the show and they were like, "Well, what do you do for
For
cardio?"
It was Fallon. It was
What do you
Fallon.
do for cardio?
And he's like,
you know.
he runs.
He kind of like
and
he's
like,
like-
raised
he
his
runs and he
eyebrows.
like raised his
run.
eyebrows.
He's like,
And then everyone was
Course
like,
you
the
do.
audience was
he's
like,
like the women know.
They know.
They
We
know.
know.
Like,
We
I love
know.
how cheeky he is.
Yes.
But I guarantee Douglas and I will be watching 40K.
But he's
because-
like a millennial woman's wet dream because he's like nerdy and he's hot. And he can carry on a normal conversation with you.
Puppies.
And he loves puppies.
Well, you can't go wrong with that shit.
But Douglas and I guarantee you, when Warhammer 40K comes out on Prime, we are watching that shit.
I
Him
have
for
a
the
like I
lore
said, I
and
have a
the show.
concept of it.
Oh, Douglas loves.
I have a concept of it. I'm
He's-
excited for the Highlander.
He's into Warhammer shit, so
Yeah.
he'll watch it for the shit, and I will watch it because it's Cavill.
Yeah.
Wow.
And for those who don't know, Warhammer 40K is a tabletop game that involves a lot of miniatures.
And it is very,
It's
very
like-
big in the UK.
It's an extremely involved Dungeons and Dragons with miniatures that's played tabletop.
Yes, and people go
Oh.
deep into painting the miniatures.
So it's
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons?
So, well, Dungeons and Dragons is like an RPG, right? So Dungeons and Dragons is like you show up, but there's generally not. I mean, in some places you can play Dungeons and Dragons with miniatures, but generally it's like, oh, you're like role playing, right? So it's sort of like it's not quite Mad Libs, but it's almost like Mad Libs, right? Where it's like, okay, you enter a room and there's an ogre in the room. What do you do? And it's like open-ended, right? And you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can throw a Molotov cocktail at it. You can run away. You can
shit on it.
You can poke it in
Whoa.
the knees. You can tell it a joke. Like, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Tabletop games generally have a certain, like, and you're running a campaign with D&D, but like with Warhammer 40K, it's like you're moving characters physically around the board, and you're like your characters are actually
board game?
yeah, it's more, it's like it is literally Dungeons and Dragons with miniatures, right? So like you're playing a role-playing game, but you're moving the miniatures around the board, and there's a little bit more there's like a physical aspect to it than but like the miniatures are a big thing.
There's a headline about him.
Headline. Henry
Henry
Cavill's bulge steals a show at Royal Ascot.
Nobody was looking at the stallions, they were looking at Henry Cavill.
I mean, technically, he is a stallion.
They were not looking at the horse dicks. They were looking at Henry Cavill,
Henry Cavill is a whole different kind of
who
stallion.
may or may not have a horse dick. They weren't looking at the physical horse dicks. They were looking at Henry Cavill's.
I mean,
You
No
know,
one would care if it was micro
tell me I'm
mini,
wrong.
but thank God it's not.
Tell me
oh
I'm
no,
wrong.
him's proportional.
Anyhow, Warhammer
Okay,
it's
okay.
huge in the UK,
Yeah.
and like there's a secondary market for the miniatures. It's almost like back when what was that online RPG? It will come
WoW.
to me. WoW. It's almost like when WoW was a big thing where you
World
could
of
like
Warcraft.
build up a character in World of Warcraft, and it was like there was like a black market for being able to sell characters. It's sort of like similar with Warhammer 40K with the miniatures. Like they're collectible. They're like Pokemon cards.
Oh.
Right.
And if you are really good at painting them and like do
you
the
can make
detail-
hella money painting miniatures for Warhammer 40K.
And there's some that are like apparently super hard to like find that people who have done it and painted and are looking to unload them can sell them for for pretty decent money.
Yeah.
For a single one of those.
Yeah, it's
Why
like
am
a whole
I doing what
thing.
I do? Everyone makes more money. People that are painting little figurine shit are making more money
But
than
they
me.
also got in before it got really big. That's
God.
what also made the big difference with some of these.
Yeah.
So it's timing and luck, part of it, and part of it is also what's your hyperfixation.
And like tabletop games have been around for like a long time, but it's kind of one of those like if you got in on the ground floor of Warhammer 40K
and
as
if
a
that's your
tabletop game,
hyperfixation.
that's your hyperfixation, right? You know, it's like D&D was this underground thing for the longest time, and then all of a sudden, right around the turn of the century, it got hot to be, it got cool to be a nerd who carried around
and then
a bag of dice and a canvas bag. You know what I mean?
And then it went away for a while, and then now that everyone's found out like massive celebrities that are like badasses huge D&D fans. Like Vin Diesel's a dungeon master.
Oh yeah.
Like
but like Critical Role kind of like brought it to the mainframe too, right? And that was a thing that like that particular group started doing at COVID, because it was kind of one of those where they could broadcast it and they could, you know, sort of be social distancing with it, right? So it was just a thing. They had this little pod that they did, and they would get together and they recorded it, and that's kind of what like really brought it back into the mainstream, is that like these, you know, really smart voice actors who were all playing D&D together kind of like made it this whole thing.
Big Bang also helped.
Big Bang kind of helped a little bit too, but I would say really the mainstream where it kind of got really big was like Critical Role,
because it was coming up. It was more and more common, more and more like prevalent before COVID. Like more and more people talked about it.
It used to be like.
Well, it was kind of the thing that the math kids did.
It was just the weird little sci-fi and fantasy guys. Like,
well, but it was like
it was what
their mom's basement.
But that was the thing that the math kids did. The math kids got together and they played D&D. And like, I have friends who like, I love my friends. They play D&D. I don't get it. Just doesn't scratch the itch for me. I don't get the appeal. I'm more of a video gamer. But anyway, like that was what like the math kids did when I was in, you know, the early aughts, right? Like, and now it's like this big mainstream thing, and people get together and they have like entire bars that are dedicated to just like get together. We have tables for D&D, and they have game nights, and like it's a thing.
How long does a game of that take?
Depends.
It depends on the campaign. So you know, generally it's played over several sessions, right?
That's what
so
I
you
thought.
get together and you play for a couple of hours, and you
how could you just go to a bar? I thought it was a long-term game.
You work through a part of a campaign. Well, but they run as a campaign, right? So it's like you're doing certain things and you're getting to certain actions, and it's sort of like a video game, right? Where it's like, oh, well, you're in this town now, and we all need to go home, so let's just rest at this tavern, right?
Okay.
And then you like rest at the tavern, you pick it up again, and you're like, okay, where do we go from the tavern now?
Not my thing.
Because like I would judge things game-wise, time-wise based on, is it longer than Monopoly or is it shorter?
Oh no, it's definitely longer than Monopoly.
We need to do another thing, a special recording of ACOTAR Monopoly.
No.
And we won't play it.
I love Monopoly.
I hate Monopoly.
I always play with my cousin.
Okay, there are
shout out to him.
Okay, there's one Amazon special edition that comes with the cereal play token. And then there's a standard version. There are two versions of ACOTAR Monopoly.
What are the differences?
The cereal only comes on the Amazon special edition, the play token. And then there is also a fourth wing Monopoly.
No.
I would go for ACOTAR Monopoly before I
want the special edition Amazon.
What are the other ones other than the cereal?
They haven't said. It's just the only one you know is the cereal, and that is an Amazon special edition exclusive.
Okay, if we were making them, what would we make other than the cereal? Do they have to be people, or are they going to be objects?
It has to be objects.
Has to be the cauldron.
The cauldron.
It has to be the cauldron.
Have to have the cauldron.
A cauldron, a cereal? Okay.
The dresser.
I would vote a dresser. I would vote a mask.
The mask would be another one.
Well, maybe.
Yeah. A bat wing. I feel like the bat wing would be particularly funny.
A bat or bat wing.
One of the
a bottle of booze.
Something. I'm so curious. Like this is one I will have. I don't know.
Well, what are our things? Well, there's the mask on the spring court, but there's the mask that.
Ooh, maybe they'll do the dread trove.
Yeah,
maybe
dread trove or
that
the book.
Would be good. Yes.
The book, right?
Or the knife, the dagger.
I would think we've got cereal.
Okay, we know we've got cereal. A
Cauldron.
A bat boy or a wing or something.
A bat boy maybe, or a mask. Maybe a mask.
Mask. I think the dread trove would be a good idea. But again, I haven't seen anything else about what the tokens will be.
The dresser, definitely. I feel like the dresser, either the dresser iconic. Or like a paintbrush or an easel.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Bow and arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff that's iconic that you immediately recognize.
Bow and arrow could be any romantasy or fantasy book, though.
It could be. But I feel like ACOTAR has more locations that you could use for Game of Monopoly.
The Remiel Mountains.
Yes, definitely. Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
but as
you can do a mountain as a token.
I guess you could.
Or
have
it'll
to stand
be
up.
the purchasing.
That's what I was thinking you were going with is the
look, one of the
because you buy the locations and
yeah,
Monopoly.
I will buy it, and we're not gonna play it. We're gonna go through all of it and talk about it.
We could play some.
Claire does not like Monopoly.
I have PTSD about Monopoly. My ex-husband was a vicious Monopoly player, and that was my first experience to Monopoly, and it just turned me off of it. Oh, no. Because he was an asshole when you got out. I mean, he was an asshole in general, but he flipped. You really flipped with Monopoly. And if you're not an experienced Monopoly player, you don't know how it works.
On a newbie.
And you play with someone who only knows how to go hard at Monopoly, it burns you out really fast.
We will try it just so that you can experience it.
Honestly, what would be fun?
We won't record that. We'll record going over the game pieces.
What would be really fun with ACOTAR or even with Fourth Ring would be like a Ticket to Ride kind of thing where you like go to the different locations and you're like building the tracks between the different locations.
I think what we'll do is I'll buy it because I have Pirates Monopoly and I love it.
You do.
Because there was a whole phase of Pirates of the Caribbean. But ACOTAR Monopoly, we will go through and talk about the game pieces. That'll be a special because it comes out in October.
Okay.
So it's another. We'll probably have 2 ACOTAR themed special episodes.
I wonder. I've
in
never.
The fall.
Well, I take that back. Have I played Monopoly drunk? I don't think I've played Monopoly drunk. It may get more fun if I'm slightly tipsy.
Well, it depends. You have to decide. Are you guys like gonna be fairly nice, or is it like no holds barred? Like
play by the simple rules and do whatever, and just do that. And because that way we have a good experience with it, we get to play with the game pieces and talk about it.
But if like you guys are casual players, it's probably
I'm a casual player. I don't play aggressive. I play aggressive.
It depends on my group. Like my cousin and I, most of the time would be pretty nice to each other, and every once in a while I'll be like, ha ha ha, like.
Well, and even the aggressive play that I've done, it tends to be just like silly. It's like, ha ha, you landed on my.
Oh yeah, no,
kind of, not like.
I just flat out refuse to play board games with my ex-husband after a certain point because it's just not fun.
He's just a dick.
He was just a dick.
I mean, our group attempted a couple of tabletop games.
But they brought the most
Against Humanity does not count.
It involved math.
Oh, that one.
No,
look,
I wasn't even
interesting.
drunk.
It would have been interesting.
That one was math related, yes.
It would have been interesting had more of us been sober.
I was not even drunk.
We were never going to be
sober
on game night. We were never going to be sober.
I wasn't even drunk attempting to play that game, and I was having a bad time.
Well,
because
it was math.
It was like fucking calculus, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm
drunk too.
This isn't any fun.
I think
I'm shitty at board games, and I'm even shittier at math. It just like was not enjoyable.
And most of us were drunk.
But I think what let's potentially, we're not promising anything. We're just saying potentially we will have 2 special episodes in the fall.
Yeah.
That will be ACOTAR based.
Yeah.
One will potentially 2, although maybe just one and one long one because we'll have the board game. We'll go over the board game pieces and then talk about the book. Potentially, because the book isn't that long, so we could probably do both in one. So 1 and or maybe 2. Well, no promises. But you know what I think would be funny if they did it? ACOTAR, a game of life.
Oh, that would be fun. You know what would be really fun is like Candyland ACOTAR.
Oh,
dude,
my millennial heart. I love a good game of Candyland.
If this gets to SJM,
please,
Candyland.
Can we get some credit for coming up with these silly ideas for games?
Can we get royalties?
Like, it doesn't have to be much, or just the book, early release of the book, the books. Right?
ACOTAR Candyland. No,
just get early releases of the book and tiny baby royalties.
That's the hill I'm dying on now. ACOTAR Candyland.
We could make our own.
Because that would be so fun. Because like Candyland is like the ultimate millennial comfort game.
Oh God, yeah.
It would be. We could potentially make our own.
I mean, I made a Candyland like style game one time in 8th grade.
Yeah, it was one of those projects from like middle
They had to
school
like justify taking us to like an arcade or something like that for fun, and so we had to make a game.
Learn how to make a board game or some type of game.
Yeah. Yep.
But that'd be like a game of life would be hilarious and silly.
Yeah.
And not make any sense.
No, it'd be utterly nonsensical.
But Candyland.
I think Pirates Game of Life.
But that would be like genuinely fun because you've got like the surreal and like you've got enough villains
you can put
there.
In Amarantha and King of Hybern.
Amarantha and like
It'll be
Tampon.
yeah.
Like, Tamlin is definitely one of the bad guys.
He sends you back down.
Yes.
Like,
Tamlin knocks you down a couple of rings and sends you all the back to the
go
beginning.
back to the row before it.
Yeah.
Like, you slide backward. Yeah.
But that'd be so much fun.
Wouldn't that be so much fun?
Go back to your room and paint. Boom,
I think that they are underestimating how much millennials would buy the shit out of ACOTAR Candyland.
Hell yeah.
Shut up and take my money.
Yes.
God,
yeah.
Seriously, if this gets back trademark today.
Yeah, can we get some royalties for that,
June
girl?
2026, whenever the
just-
fuck this comes out. Maybe July 2026.
We're just three broke bitches trying to have fun with a podcast.
But seriously,
Royalties, please.
please.
Credit us.
And early release of books.
Maybe.
Please.
Throw a little money at us too. Would help. But also I'll take
Books.
I'll take a royalty check and
I take
some
books.
books.
Or just merch in general.
Yeah.
I love merch.
We love merch.
And a free early copy of ACOTAR Candyland.
Dude, we would love ACOTAR Candyland.
I would buy the shit out of ACOTAR Candyland, and I would subject
Everyone
everyone
gets
else.
ACOTAR Candyland.
I would subject everyone else in our friend
That
group.
might be
Christmas.
one of those instances where we'll play on camera.
Oh no, I will subject the IT guy to
we
ACOTAR
will play
Candyland.
this fucking game on camera with everybody. And just be like, look at this. As Laurel plays with Glitter Johnson.
Confetti Johnson was just sitting on the table. How can you not play with it?
He's just
Confetti Johnson was stuck to the whiteboard and then fell off.
He's just chilling out.
He's got a good amount of dog hair.
I was gonna say he's got it covered in dog hair.
Which is not appealing,
But he still springs well.
but he is not meant to be used that way.
No, he is never going to be used.
No.
He is our dart for our so-called dartboard. That is a whiteboard.
Yeah. Confetti. Yeah.
He's got a lot of heft to him. Like, if we knew
Oh,
that's what we
no.
were using him for, we probably should have gotten something lighter.
No, I mean it
but
is. He is.
He's hard to suction cup to the wall.
Or he'll suction cup. He just doesn't
He is
stay.
anatomically directionally correct.
When he's well, sort of, because they tend to go up, not
He goes
out.
up a little bit. A little bit.
He's like straight out,
yeah,
but
they mostly go like
There's a
you mean like that?
yeah. I mean, there's a right amount of heft. Close. He's directionally correct. As my
I
team
would
likes
say
to
he's
say.
about Cavill sized.
Oh no, I think Cavill is better hung than Confetti Johnson. Just saying.
Unless
He
he's
has-
just a shower and not a grower.
He has more in common with the horses than he
No.
does.
Confetti Johnson's well
If that
developed.
if that inseam is any indication.
He's well developed. This Confetti Johnson's,
He's got a good heft.
Yeah.
6
He is
7
he is
inches?
not a sad dildo. I mean,
No,
he's a
6 or
he's a decent
6 or 7.
Yeah, he's a decent,
yeah.
solidly average, above maybe slightly above.
A little bit above.
Yeah.
Because most guys are like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Technically, there's nothing.
At least
in it.
from what we've read.
Well, in general,
Yeah.
in reality, most guys are like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Not 9.
Yeah.
Or can't put my hand around.
Both hands around. Nobody has a
No.
tree trunk dick. I freaking.
And if
How
he
does
did,
he
we're
not
like, what
pass
the hell are you
out?
doing with that shit?
I'm sorry. How does he not pass out every time he gets an erection?
A tree trunk dick that's massive, it's like, okay, if they're 12 inches, they don't fit.
No. Well,
They're
number
not
one,
gonna-
they don't fit. Number two, that is like all the blood in your body.
Yeah.
Going to an appendage that does not require keeping you alive.
Like,
That does-
they're fun in the stories, but in
They
reality,
are,
guys,
but in reality,
it doesn't
no.
fucking work.
You need to be able to put your hand around it.
Yes, one hand all the way around it.
Look, even deep throating, you like 9 is a lot.
No, I don't disagree. There's not
That
that
would
much
be a
room
lot.
in your mouth.
No.
Or your throat, like,
I know it's gonna hit your gag reflex.
I'm sorry, but
I'm
that's
very
like
good.
4 inches.
I'm very good, but I'm not that good.
Like your
Ditto.
throat is 3, maybe 4 inches.
Yeah,
Average
no.
neck.
There's no deep throating Confetti Johnson. He's a little too big for that.
There's no confetti.
He's way too big
no
for that.
deep throating a 9-inch cock.
No.
No. Or a tree trunk cock, for
No,
that matter.
You can't fit it in your mouth.
You can't unhinge your jaw like a snake, okay?
I'm like, do you ever put your 2 hands together and you're like, that is not even.
If I saw that coming at me.
Oh God, I
No.
run.
No. That is a weapon of mass destruction. There is what that is.
Like, it's the size of a fucking Yeti jug.
No. Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's like
Or
a Yeti
no,
jug.
it's bigger than a Yeti jug.
Yeah, we don't need
Yeah,
that.
no, you ain't putting that anywhere, buddy.
Like, I'm sorry, a woman's throat,
No.
no matter how long your neck
You cannot
is maybe 4 inches.
You cannot
3
unhinge your
inches?
jaw like a
3
snake.
inches long.
Yeah.
Like, if you deep throat a 9-inch, that goes down to your chest.
Ain't happening.
I'm not trying to digest
That's
you.
why it only
Not
happens in
snake, for God's
fantasy.
sakes. God.
And like your hooch isn't that deep either.
No.
Like that. No.
Unless you are having a baby, it ain't
ain't
gonna go
opening
up
that
there
big.
either.
No, because like if you really think about it, they use the stupid speculum to open your cervix up.
Yes.
That shit's maybe
But
like 6 inches long.
But like the hormones that your body releases when you were in active labor, that is what allows the baby to come out. You're not doing that when you're just like
Right.
getting it on
and
a Friday
speculum
afternoon.
that goes into your
Yes.
vag. That opens up your cervix, that stops the penis from going anywhere.
It's not even that big.
It's 6 inches long, maybe 7 max.
Yeah.
And it's the most uncomfortable thing to shove up into your cervix and spread you fucking open.
Well, and some people, like, I've got some girlfriends that have had hysterectomies or partial hysterectomies. That goes nowhere. Like, it's literally sewn up right there.
Yes.
Because they take your cervix with it most of the time.
Yeah.
Do they?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They
Yeah, because that's
do.
where you get cervical cancer. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, there is no way in reality a 9-inch cock is going to go anywhere. Unless you do butt stuff, in which case,
Yeah,
even
knock
then.
yourself out.
I don't need any of that torn up either.
No.
That's why you prep with a lot of
But
food.
even then.
Yes. But even then.
That's only got so
And
many
it's really,
inches, right?
you can see, it doesn't,
Yeah.
it goes. There's,
That's like borderline fisting someone.
yeah.
That's basically fisting someone. And
it's-
that is a very particular kind of kink.
Look, even as someone who's done anal, there's a lot of prep involved.
A lot of prep involved.
You have to prep. You have to be relaxed.
Like your proctologist doesn't even like shove their whole fist up your
you build up
patootie.
You build up to it.
Yeah. Like I had a friend who was a proctologist and she's like, "Oh no, I can like bend my hand a certain way so I can get it up there." I was like, "That is cursed information I didn't need to know, but also
no.
You never know when that's helpful."
But like it's just like there's no way. I'm sorry.
No.
Any lady who is listening, any guy who tells you he's got a 9-inch cock is bullshitting.
He's lying to you.
Whip out your ruler.
Yeah.
And look, as much as I love Cavill and look at that package, he is not that. I don't think he's got a 9-inch cock.
That would be exceptional. Not that he's not exceptional outwardly, but
I don't think the sex would be that great if he had a 9-inch cock because he'd pass the fuck out every time he got an erection.
And like,
and so would you.
And so would you.
And part of the fun with really good sex is when they're in all the way and the pelvis is just grinding on the clit.
It's just
hits the
uncomfortable.
clit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they're too big, then it's gonna hit your cervix.
All
and
it
it's
does
gonna
is
be
hit your
pain.
cervix.
Yeah,
and it's
if
just
you
not
hit your
fun.
cervix, that's uncomfortable. Unless you're someone who likes a little bit of pain, which in the right situation, in the right context, is fun.
Yes, but when he's just banging on your fucking cervix and it's
Yeah,
just like uncomfortable, it's just not fun.
Don't need any of that.
No. But like again, it's great to read about.
Oh no, it's fun. It is fun to go. What the fuck?
But it's not great in practice. Like I don't need that big of a cock. I just need a good, decent sized cock that you know how to use.
Yeah.
As long as the dude knows how to use his cock. Or if he doesn't have that big of a cock, like my ex, he was decent with oral.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No. And knew how to use his hands.
Yep.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Magic
There's
fingers.
nothing wrong with that. There is such thing as too big of a dick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Any lady who says otherwise is lying.
Oh
to
yeah.
you.
I had a friend that dated a guy, and she was like, "No,
No, that
She's
ain't
like,
it.
"We're gonna have to be friends."
Yeah,
That
it's like,
ain't it,
okay, we
man.
tried this
And
once.
he's like, "Yeah,
everything
that
hurts."
happens to me all the time." And we're like, "Oh, sorry, dude."
Sorry,
Like,
honey.
that hurts. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Unless you find someone who's somehow magically got us something a little deeper that works for you, then great.
And yeah, most of the time though, it don't
No.
work that way.
No.
Reading about it in a book, and we're all like, "Ha ha, yeah,
Length
right."
is
Or
not-
watching it, like romance
Length
shows.
matters.
yes, with counts a little bit more, but not like massively.
Just because you read it doesn't mean you want to do that.
No,
Yes.
nobody. A tree trunk dick is not as much fun as
It reads.
the centaur fantasy makes it out to be.
Or whatever monster fantasy.
Whatever monster fantasy.
Your king.
Hey man, you do you, but.
Like, I'm sorry, when I saw that, like, pounded by a rolling pin or whatever the fuck
Oh,
that book was, I'm
God.
like,
Pounded by vegetables or whatever it was.
I keep sending you guys those, like different
Yes.
ones. There was
No,
the
I know.
one where, there was the one where she found out that the family has like a thing where the women, whatever object they do turns into a man, and she's like, my dad was a telephone or whatever.
I'm still
sorry.
no.
No.
confused about how Minotaur milking farm works. So
Oh no, you know how that works.
No, I know how it works. I don't want to be cursed with
no.
that knowledge.
No,
it's a
me
hand
either.
job.
I already read the
the synopsis.
the serpent one. The
Oh yeah, oh
Kiss of
yeah,
the
yeah,
Basilisk.
yeah,
Kiss of the
Kiss of the
Basilisk.
Basilisk.
and I hear the second one's more unhinged, and I was
Oh,
like,
God.
nope.
No,
Nope.
I'm good.
That was
good.
definitely the spiciest thing
That
I've
was-
ever read to date.
That was snake
amount of,
sex is
like,
where I draw the line.
The amount of the
It was unhinged.
like the really dark, like crazy fucking smut.
I did it.
Where they talk about like fucking someone with like a bottle. I'm like, okay, if it's the mouth of like a bottle, where it's the
yeah,
small
which
she
neck-
grabs
end
her
of the
vodka
bottle are we
bottle, just
talking
saying.
about?
Yeah, if it's the bottle, like a wine bottle at the top, okay, maybe I can see it. But if you're talking about the fucking base of
Oh
it,
God, no.
no.
No, that's just cruel and unusual.
That's assault.
Yeah, definitely.
Like no one wants to be fucked with that
100%.
part. I'm sorry.
Nope.
Like no, thank you.
Nope.
Nobody wants any part of that.
Nope.
No.
Like, I'm sorry. Anyone who's thinks like a woman fondling a cucumber is sexy is wrong. First of all, no, that not a cucumber.
Nobody
no.
taught me how to put a condom on with a cucumber. I don't know what
No.
the fuck they're talking about.
Really? I had a friend that learned with a banana how to put it on.
I mean, the banana like at least makes a little bit more sense in terms of like the width.
Cucumbers and bananas can be the same.
Have the fucking cucumbers are like
Okay, but there's a difference
What
between like a
cucumbers
garden
are you
cucumber
buying?
and an English cucumber.
True.
Yes, an English cucumber would be
No.
way too long, but it would be the right size.
I'm sorry, the people that look at fucking eggplants
Oh my God.
as
no.
phallic.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, but you come up to me, approach me with something the size of a fucking eggplant, or
Yeah.
for the UK,
gonna
European,
be-
the aubergines. Those
Yes.
things are fucking wide as fuck.
Yeah,
would be
why did you look
concerned.
at that and think that's going to be the symbol for dicks? Because
I mean,
I
it's
do not
funny as
look-
an emoji.
I do not look at that and think,
It's funny
No,
as
but
an emoji.
No, but nobody looks at the cucumber and associates that with a dick. Either.
No, like the eggplant or aubergine, depending on who you're talking to.
But I think the shape of the eggplant
in
emoji
it makes
is suggestive enough. It's not
That
like
it
actually
works.
representative of what an eggplant actually looks
Whereas
like.
when you look at reality, the eggplants are
Yes.
fucking wide as
They're
fucking
massive.
hell.
They're massive. I hate fucking.
You have it as a cucumber.
now I do.
I fucking hate cooking with eggplants too because you like look at them and they turn brown. Speaking of eggplants,
I hate eggplant.
I had us in there as a. At first
she
I
did.
had first I had us chili pepper, and then I had changed it to a eggplant. So
Eggplant.
now it's a cucumber.
My icon for us is our logo.
Oh well,
I think I just picked.
we've
Sam-
got cucumbers now.
Laurel and I both have iPhones, so I think mine just picks up.
What I put on?
Yeah.
I just changed it for us.
Okay, cool. Well, then I got a cucumber now.
Mine's just our logo.
I feel like we should have the colors. Okay.
Mine's just our logo.
How did it? Are you okay with cucumbers?
I
Claire?
think the cucumber is hilarious. But yeah, no, that's just bizarreness. You know, we were going to talk about
We're not going to talk about
my
a book now.
trilogy.
We're not talking about
We're
a book
not
now.
talking about a
This
book.
became a happy hour where we ended up talking about all of the books we read as like children and middle school and high school, and then a random conversation about
What
dick
color do you want the
sizes.
background for our cucumber? Pink?
Sure, why not?
Pinky purple. There we go.
I mean, make it match-ish Confetti Johnson.
Now we got cucumbers instead of chili peppers, and then
I don't have
eggplant.
an Apple I anything except for my iPad Mini, so it's not going to show up on mine in that way.
Well, now we do.
None of this is related to books, but
No.
hey, that's where we ended it.
Okay.
This was just a weird episode, guys.
We
There were book-related things in it.
most of it was book related. The last 10 minutes about
reservations. Just cut that out.
we'll probably cut it out. Anyway,
Anyhow.
we talked book related. It just wasn't
did.
what we originally planned.
It wasn't what we
that
originally
tends to be how it goes.
thought how it was going to be, but here we are.
Yeah, again, this year's been a little chaotic, so we've tried to stick. We have stuck with the books.
We have.
We just haven't done anything quite like ACOTAR this year, because it happens. And to be fair, Claire and Laurel had already read ACOTAR before I got to it.
That's true.
We did, and we very specifically told you to stop at number 1.
But now I'm on their case to read Crescent City
For a
because it
reason.
has to be read before 6 comes out, guys.
Okay, we will make it so.
Throne of Glass, you can come back to later.
No, I gotta finish it. I only have one left. I can't.
Okay,
I gotta
but
do it.
Crescent City needs to be done before ACOTAR.
Oh God.
You absolutely have to.
I got that and 2 books clubs counting this. I'm
I
down. I'm
know-
down 1 book club,
I
but
know
still,
you have to finish Throne of Glass.
I have to finish Throne of
But
Glass,
Crescent City has to be
and
read
that's 1,000 pages.
before ACOTAR. Anyway, we've been on this for a while, guys.
Okay,
we gotta move
okay.
on. We gotta move on. This so far we're at almost 2 hours.
Okay, we better get rolling.
Yeah, we better
We
get on this.
talked our shit.
We
Okay.
did. Thanks for listening to our ramblings.
Like, listen, subscribe. You know the drill.
Do the things.
Thanks. Cheers.
Cheers,
bitches.
bitches.
Cheers, bitches.